advocate, and I would say, hey man, would Jesus drive a Bentley? You know what I mean? Would Jesus need 10 houses? You know, when you got members of your congregation that aren't necessarily living like that, like
let me help you out. This is Bishop Ron Gibson. You asked, would Jesus drive a Bentley?
Yeah.
Well, Bentleys weren't manufactured back then, but Jesus rode into town on a jackass, and that was considered like a Bentley. And you got to go past Jesus to Adam when man was created. The first thing God did after he created Adam in verse 28 of Genesis chapter 1, it says God blessed Adam, and that's generic for woman as well. That means he empowered us to prosper and gave us dominion over all the earth. So, you know, I can't give you what I don't have.
Yeah.
I can't tell you I'm going to give you a shirt and I don't have one on my back. And one thing, we lost it all through Adam sinning and transgressing the commandment of God, but we got it back through Abraham in Genesis chapter 12. And in verse 2, it says, Abraham obeyed what God said. And verse 3 says, and God blessed him. And in Genesis 13:2, it says, Abraham was rich in cattle and silver and gold. Now, Jesus was rich, to be honest with you, Swade, because anytime you have to have a treasurer, Judas was his treasurer. Anytime you have to walk around with a treasurer, you got plenty of cash. And he was stealing from Jesus, and he still didn't miss the money. Jesus, he didn't just stay in the.
Now, if you want to watch the whole interview, you think I'm taking the stuff out of context, I just took a little clip. Just go on YouTube, type Sway in the Morning, Preachers LA. You can watch the whole clip. Now, I want to talk about a couple things from that clip. First of all, he said, what? They had a treasure. Jesus had a treasure, so obviously he was rich. If you got a treasure, you're obviously rich. Judas was taking so much money they didn't even notice. Brother, now I'm not here to debate on this one. I can't debate, but I'm not here to debate whether Jesus was rich or not. But you can't prove from that statement that Jesus was rich because he had a treasure. A lot of people had treasures, brother. We had a treasure when I was in middle school. We had like $30-something sometimes. Woo-wee, we was rich. No, that don't prove nothing. That's just a person to keep the money. You got organization, black clubs that have a treasure. They don't have a lot of money. That don't mean you're rich because you got a treasure. You got churches that's not rich, but they have people who keep the money, count the money. Sometimes the trustees steal a little money, which gets to my point. You don't have to be rich in order to steal money, brother. You can take a little bit off of time, take a little bit here and there. Ain't nobody following up on you. You can steal. Remember, Judas, look how much Judas sold Jesus out for. It wasn't a whole lot of money. That brother just was greedy. And greed don't mean he took a whole, like he had thousands of dollars he stole from Jesus. That brother sold out Jesus, what, 30 pieces of silver? That ain't a lot of money. That brother was just greedy. So that don't prove that he was rich, that Jesus was rich because he had a treasure. They put their money together. They were probably some broke brothers, all right? Just because you got a treasure don't mean you're rich. Secondly, talk about the donkey thing. Talking about the donkey was like a Bentley. Really? A donkey is equivalent to a $500,000 car? That's how much it was worth back then? Now, again, I'm not here to prove whether Jesus was rich or not. But you got one little problem, Mr. Ryan. The donkey wasn't Jesus's. All you gotta do is read the passages. Let's look here in Luke 19. Talk about in verse 28. I'm going to read kind of fast. I know this is kind of long, but I'm going to read it real fast. It says, after telling this story, Jesus went on towards Jerusalem, walking ahead of his disciples. As he came to the town of Bethany, oh Lord, I know I'm pronouncing these names wrong, in Bethany on Mount of Olives, he sent 2 disciples ahead. Go into a village over there, he told them. As you enter it, you will see a young donkey. I got the clean version. I ain't got that other version. I got the clean version. You will see a young donkey tied there that no one has ever ridden. So you got a young donkey, nobody's ridden it. Untie it and bring it in. All right? If anyone asks, why are you untying that coat? Just say, the Lord needs it. Okay? See, you got a donkey. Nobody's ridden it before. He told him to go ahead, go take the donkey. Somebody asked a question, say the Lord need it. Okay? Now, let's see what else it said. So they went and found the coat, just as Jesus had said. And sure enough, as they were untying it, the owners asked them, "Why are you untying that coat?" "Hey, man, what you doing, man? Why you taking my little horse in? Why you taking my coat?" That's better what they said. "Hey, man, what you doing?" And look what they said. He said, and the disciples simply replied, "The Lord needs it." Wow, that's kind of deep. Brother taking a donkey and say, "Hey, the Lord needs it." So they brought the coat to Jesus and threw the garments over it for him to ride on. As he rode along, the crowd spread out their garments on the road ahead of him. When he reached the place where he had started down the Mount of Olives, all his followers began to shout and sing as they walked along, praising God for the wonderful miracles they had. "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Peace in heaven and glory is the highest heaven." So this was a fulfillment of a messianic prophecy. See, if you study the scriptures, the point of the passage was not that he rode on a donkey and that he was balling. It wasn't even his. It was somebody else's donkey. He said that they asked a question, say the Lord needed. It wasn't even a donkey. It's like saying, wow, Jesus was balling. He rode somebody else's donkey. It's like you going to you riding around in you rent a Lexus. Like, man, did you see he got the new Lexus? Man, he got that from Enterprise. That ain't his. So Jesus balling so much, they had to use somebody else's donkey. Come on, man. It wasn't even his. So that's just some poor logic, man. Talking about he rode a donkey, I could ride a Bentley. And I'm not saying you can't ride a Bentley, but I'm just saying that's just some poor logic. It wasn't even his. He wasn't balling like that. So that's my whole thoughts on this, man. Pastor Ron, shame on you. Just shame on you. You got some poor logic, my brother. Now, I don't want to get into it with the brother, because the brother is a former gang member, all right? I don't want to mess with the brother. He got a gun. You see the show, he got a gun. I don't want him to shoot me or have some of the old men he rolled with shoot me. Hey, that brother got that big, thick mustache. I'm scared of him, brother. You walk around in 2013 with that big, thick mustache, you got to be tough, man. So I'm not trying to beef with the brother. I'm just saying, that's just some poor logic right there. So that's my thoughts on that. Love to hear yours, but see what costs a bar. Kobe Sutton, I'm out. Sure.